Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advance. This game was played in the European Club Cup. With the white pieces, we have the magician Divya Deshmukh facing off against a really experienced player. Her name is Dinara Wagner, and the rating difference between them is roughly of 100 points, with Divya having the highest rating. And Divya is now with the white pieces, and she's had a spectacular tournament, beating Alexandra Maltsevskaya, also beating Leia Gorifulina and Adela Vilikic as well. And now the thing is that she's 4.5 out of 6. Let's see what she does with the white pieces. So without further ado, let's start with this game. Here with the white pieces, she goes for c4. We have knight to f6. This is the Anglo-Indian defense. Knight to c3, e5, and just knight to f3. This is the two knights variation, and now we transpose into the four knights one. Here just e3 was played, bishop to b4, and just queen to c2. And she was able to get a very nice position. I mean, with the white pieces, when she went for the four knights in the first game against Gulrukh Begim, almost played an immortal game. I mean, she would have really won that one if it wasn't for just few of those inaccuracies in the middle game where she had the opportunity. She could not convert it due to time pressure, but now she is again going for the four knights. Let's see how that turns out. Here bishop captures on c3 was played by Dinara. Now just comes queen captures and queen to e7, and here you could go for a move like bishop to e2 in this position, preparing castles, and after castles you played d4, and here after e4 taking further space, knight to d2, and after d5 now you just go for castles, a5 even taking up more space, just f3, and after e captures you play bishop captures, d captures now, and after knight captures on c4 your position is fine. Yes, this is a backward pawn, but the thing is that your bishop needs some way out, and most likely you can play a move like b3 and get this bishop towards this diagonal, which will be really nice for attacking purposes. Also you can disconnect rooks, and that would be really fine as well. But after queen to e7, here just d4 was played immediately by Divya, and here e captures, just knight captures, and queen captures. And the thing is that the position is definitely better for white, but still it's not that much better. And Divya, for her to be able to convert this, she's gonna actually just not trade any more pieces. But if black forces it, it's gonna get really difficult. Here just castles was played. Now it comes bishop to e2. We have d5 now immediately striking in the center, and here you can choose to go for a move like c5, just taking up more space. That's sometimes what you want to do in this position. Here after b6 comes, now you play even b4, but after this b caps on c5 you play b captures, and after queen to e6 just castles, and after this bishop to a6 you just trade it off, and after queen captures you play bishop to b2, and that would be absolutely spectacular as well. And here after rook a to d8, attacking the bishop, queen to d2, just defending it. Maybe you can connect the rooks, maybe you can double up, maybe you can target that piece, and you also have control over this diagonal, so you will be doing absolutely fine. But after d5, here b3 was played by the way immediately. Now just going for that, getting that bishop developed, queen kettled, and here after d caps on c4 we have bishop caps on c4, and now after this bishop to e6 castles now, and here just going for this rook f to d8. Now attacking the queen needs to move. Queen to e5 was played, just going further. Divya does have the charge. Here bishop will be developed, queen kettled here on this very nice diagonal. Bishop is already here. Maybe you can try and stir up some trouble, but it's just going to be really difficult. But here just knight to g4 was played, attacking the queen, and then are finding all the best moves. Here queen to g3 was supposed to be played, but here just going for queen to f4. We have bishop caps on c4, b captures, and now just going for queen to e5, asking for a trade, because here Dinara thinks that the endgame would be really beneficial, and obviously you cannot avoid this because your rook is also hanging, so you need to be careful. But rook to b1 was played, not going for the trade. If you want to trade, you trade on my terms, and here Dinara goes for it. Queen captures, e captures, and just b6 was played. And Divya's pawn structure is a little bit shattered. She has the double f pawn as well, so she's the one who's going to have to be careful a little bit not to get carried away. And here bishop to b2 was played. Now just comes to rook to d2 and just a4. We have rook to e8, h3, when pushing the knight back, knight to f6, and here you could trade this and go into an endgame pretty quickly. Bishop captures, g captures, c5, and after rook to a2 you play rook b d1, rook caps on a4, rook to d7. After c6 you play this rook f to d1, yes, even giving up the c5 pawn, and after b caps on c5 you play rook to c7, and yes, this is also coming. You have to be really careful. Rook to d4 if you try to go for, then comes rook to a1. I'm targeting the double pawns, I'm targeting the a pawn. You cannot save it all. If you try to save it all, your position could crumble, and you have to be a little bit careful. But most of it all, this position should end in a draw with perfect play, obviously. But after knight to f6, a5 was played, and now still trying to hope for something in this position, but the thing is that it's just too many pieces have been traded off. It's going to be very much difficult. A rook to c2 was played. Now just comes a captures, rook f to c1, and here we have rook e to e2. Now this looks very scary, because the thing is that both the rooks are on the second rank, or second rank or seventh rank, doesn't matter. The thing is that it always gets crazy when both rooks are there and targeting your king. But you could have gone for this rook caps on c1 right away, and after rook captures you play knight to e4, rook to d1, just going for this knight to d6, rook to c1, knight to d7, and after rook to a1 you just go for this knight to f5. And the thing is that position could be a draw. Black is better, but you have some back rank issues, and also you have the bishop. I mean, you could just never outweigh in an open end game where there's a lot of space. Bishop is always better than a knight, and even though you get up a pawn, and I have double pawns, I mean that's why you're up a pawn towards the queen side. It's still just very difficult to be able to try and push for anything in this position. But here after rook f to c1, rook e to e2 was played, and now we have bishop to e5. Not even bothered to capture that, because not even bothered to save it, because the thing is that you cannot capture that. If you capture that, then it just comes rook captures, rook captures, bishop captures on c7. It's easy draw. Rook captures, and after h5 you just go for this bishop to d6, and the position is a dead draw. There is not much you can do. But after bishop to e5, here knight to e8 was played. Now just comes this c5, and here b captures, rook caps on c2, rook captures, bishop caps on c7, and here just going for this king to f8, because obviously you don't want to get checkmated if you allow this rook to b8. And here after bishop to b8, king to e7 was played, and after f5 just h5, and here on just move 30, here both players agreed to go for a draw. And with that, Divya has had a spectacular tournament so far. In the 6 rounds that has happened, she's on 4.5 out of 6 with 3 draws and 3 wins, and she's gonna have the black pieces tomorrow, so let's see what she's able to conjure up tomorrow. But still, on a high note, really ending this tournament on a really high note. That's absolutely spectacular, because the tournament that's going to be coming up in Goa is going to be a really gruesome one, with knockout rounds with every time. You're just going to be facing really tough opponents, so it's going to be a really tough round, but a really great experience for this genius prodigy, because win or lose doesn't matter at her age. I mean, getting all of this exposure from all these really tough tournaments is really going to improve her play for her to be the best in this world. She's already a force to be reckoned with at just 19 years of age. I mean, imagine what she could accomplish if she continues like this for a few more years, just pushing her way through in all of these tough tournaments and trying to grind it out. She could be really the one of the world's best players, because she is really playing like those right now. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with some of these amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching.